All right, let's now take you back to initial story, leaked story about the Abdullahi Ganduje's resignation from the All Progressives Congress and the comments coming out from the Governors Progressive Forum led by the Governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodimma. We have the National Publicity Secretary of the All Progressives Congress, Felix Morka. He joins us from Delta State to speak more on this. Glad to have you join us on News 9, Felix.
Thank you so much indeed.
The vote of the APC is rocking with the resignation of your chairman. What meaning should the party, Nigerians rather, read into this resignation?
Well, indeed, there's nothing more to read into the resignation of our erstwhile national chairman, Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje. He has resigned from his position as chairman to attend to urgent and important personal matters. That is really all there is to it. I know that when things like this happen, for a party as important as the APC, the ruling party, yes, I understand that people will speculate, people will make suggestions and innuendos, but the individual who is concerned here has given reasons for his departure from the party. And we celebrate his service. We are immensely grateful to him for his outstanding performance as chairman of our party. But these things happen as part of the natural process of evolution of any institution. So we're not, after all, invincible to our own moments like this one.
All right. Well, yeah, you talked about evolution. The progressive governors also mentioned that. But there's talk. I want you to respond to the talk that Ganduje lost out on the political chessboard because of the events that played out in Gombe, where he condemned the violence. These are his words, his statement, grievously is responsible and unpatriotic. And on 3 occasions, the VP, Shetima, has blatantly refused to shake Ganduje. What's your sense of those comments? And then the VPs not shaking him.
Indeed, what has a handshake between two eminent leaders of our party got to do with the resignation of the national chairman of our party? I don't see the connection. Again, that's all just speculative. The individual has advanced reasons for his resignation. The events in Gombe happen in Gombe and have got nothing to do with the decision by Dr. Ganduje to resign his position as chairman. And I don't think we should be supplying external motives for that, or supplying motives externally to explain his departure from the party.
All right, well, we don't want to go into details, but I mean, I've watched a clip where he was apparently shaking the president of the Senate, and Omoyano, he hugged him and then holding their hands. But let's not chase that. Now, there's another talk that there's a pressure coming from the North Central, and then the president asking the Progressive Governors Forum chairman, Hope, and Ibrahim Masari, Special Assistant to the President on Political Affairs, to go talk to Ganduje that SSS has a report, and this is alleged, indicted him of corruption, so he should honorably resign. How do you respond to that? Is there any truth in that, or how do you respond to that?
Indeed, again, I'm smiling because you're speaking these things from where I do not know. This event occurred just, yesterday. We within about 24 hours of this event, and I think it's really early come down with all of these speculations. The party has its own systems for dealing with this, and should there be further information that are disclosable on this matter, we will make it available. But I don't think we need to saturate the airwaves with all of these speculations and suggestions about Gombe and about some investigation and all of that. If those things happened, the party will profile whatever they are and present them. But listen, it's all speculation. We do not stonewall in this manner. But we must be, I think, very forthright that these events are fresh. The individual resigned. He gave reasons for his resignation, and I think truly we shouldn't be really beating about this.
All right, let's come back to the Progressive Governors Forum, describing it as, I think you've also said that, as normal, says the party is evolving. One really wonders whether this is a face-saving statement, or you could explain, they talked about reforms in the party and evolving. One wants to understand what the chairman means by the party is evolving.
Indeed, APC is how many years old? We came along in 2013, 2014. We're still a very young party. There are parties that have endured in other jurisdictions for 100 years, for maybe even upwards of that. We just really in our formative stages as a political party. It's a party that is meant to endure, to really engage in our democratic competition and governance for decades and decades to come. So given the life of the party, the very short life it's had, I don't think that the resignation of a chairman should be anything to make a big deal out of. The chairman has served his term. He did a fantastic job, and he has resigned. And for now, I think that that's really all there is to it. And I think that the speculation about whatever other motives may be at play, I don't think it's necessary, quite frankly.
All right, Dallery is now on the saddle, and he was one in Gombe who recognized the Tinubu-Shetima ticket to quell the crisis. He's asking now, when is APC getting a new chairman? You would like to tell us, and who? And then, of course, the mood in the party.
As my statement, I think, disclosed, the process for the replacement of a national chairman will take place at the next National Executive Committee meeting of our party, which we have indicated we will call very soon to deliberate on this matter and to again open up our constitutional avenues for the selection of a new national chairman to fill this vacancy that now exists. I can't give you the date for that next meeting, but obviously, as you can imagine, we're consulting with all of those who need to be consulted. And I think that in the coming days and weeks, we will indicate a date for that next meeting at which discussions about replacement, about choice of prospective candidates for that office will be discussed and ultimately decided. And then we will have a new national chairman. Now, look, let me just quickly add that, look, the last time we had a change in that office in 2023, you saw how quickly and how cohesively we came out of it. And again, we are hoping that we will again get our processes right and then deliver to our party a new national chairman without further ado. So, we have a constitutional succession plan, and we're going to trigger that under the leadership of Mr. President, and we will have a new chairman before long.
All right, we'll leave it there. National Public Secretary of the All Progressives Congress, Felix Morka. Thank you for your time on Arise on Newsnight.